Hi everyone, long time no see. Right, so where shall I start? Last Thursday and last Friday, for me, my personal experience, which is what I'm sharing with you, because I really don't know. It's so challenging to explain. Anyway, last Thursday and last Friday, and I think in the last 4 days, I've maybe had 3 hours sleep. I'm really shattered. But last Thursday and last Friday, I had this experience where it was as though I was running the emotions and the language or the thoughts, the feelings that I might have had in my entire existence. And I recognize was even older than that. And so I was in this energy. So on Thursday, I moved from sort of being in bliss energies to, oh, blah, life is just blah. And I felt apathy and a little bit of peevishness and I don't give a toss about things anymore and oh, this is great, and I felt joyful and blissful, and oh, it's so beautiful to be in nature, and just the whole gamut of things. And on Friday, so that was all of Thursday, it was like that was running around in my energy field, all of these kind of expressions without any particular reference to any situation that's happened in my life. It was just as though they were just coming up. And on Friday, it really amped up. Became a lot more negative, and I thought, this is like I'm floating in the doo-doo of the world. And I recognize, I'm part of that. I have these thoughts, and I was, on Friday it became things like, well, if you God and if you everybody, and, and I don't even want to be here anymore, and all of that. And I'm like, wow, this is so interesting to be feeling all of this. And then finally, I messaged a friend and I said, hey, I really need some help. I am not in a great place. And so this friend said, yeah, I can spend some time with you in about an hour. And then it wasn't until I had that interaction and I thought, shivers, I need to have a look at myself here. And so I thought I better tune in properly. And so that was quite late. So that was maybe midnight. I think her and I arranged that we would meet the following morning. So yeah, sometime around midnight Friday night, I asked to be shown what was going on, and I got taken down to Gaia's cave, and Baphomet was there. Now, I've not ever seen or had any connection to Baphomet, but I thought, whoa, what the heck is this? And then there were all of these beings in these black cloaks, and I'm like, well, who are they? And I got shown they are the Holy Mothers. So I have a connection with the Holy Mothers, and so I'm in the cave, and this is what is going on there, and I'm watching as though the 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 negative, the shadow of the earth is being pulled down, and so the Holy Mothers are like breathing in this as though they're sucking it down from humanity, from the planet. They're pulling it into themselves, pulling it into themselves, pulling it into themselves until they're as full as they can be with it. And I'm just watching it. And then all of a sudden, there was this movement that came with a noise as well. So it was like that kind of thing coming down into the ground, as this grounding kind of noise, and the Holy Mothers changed into their golden light through this kind of transmutative fire. So they were there in their black cloaks, and then all of a sudden they became, like this bright, full of fire and embers and things, and then came, so that was very orangey, and then came into their sacred light. And so what I got about that was this whole massive purging of the shadow from the earth, and that the Holy Mothers had been doing that. And so I then got told that I'd been part of that, holding space for that transmutation energy. And so between midnight and 12:08 was like I had this shift. So I was in that shitey, really restless, what the hell am I doing here in the world, as I'm floating in the sewage of the planet. And in that very short period of time, it shifted, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness for that. Anyway, so that was my experience Thursday and Friday. Yes. Okay, and then the other thing that is happening is that became obvious to me, that had taken us another step closer to our shift. However, this shift is going to show up, this dimensional shift, that took us another space closer. And I know it could happen at any breath. So today, Gaia showed me that having removed all, hi Phoenix, having removed all of that shadow, and it's I'm not claiming that all of the shadow is gone, but this massive amount of shadow from humanity and from the planet has been transmuted. That now there's this space for all this beautiful, soft light, and it's as though that's allowed the space for softness to come in, for love to come in. And I think that's it. So the other thing is that, in terms of, if you are on this twin journey, then the sexual energies at the moment are just so ramped up and off the charts. The divine masculine are really being challenged in a way to negotiate within themselves, between their heart and their head. Their hearts are being, pulled wide open, and they're doing this. It's like a head heart challenge that they are being put through. It shows up for me that there's a bit of a divine push for them to manage themselves into their heart space. They know where they're meant to be, and so that's another thing that is happening. And we're in this 6 month, heading towards the end of it. We've had several 6 days, so the 6th of June and then the 15th of June, and we'll have the 24th of June as well. So it'll be a 6-day, a 6 month, and a 6 year. And all of this is really to do with, you could see it as destabilizing or undoing some of the structure that sits in our world, so that we can look at it and be asking ourselves the question, is that what we want? Is that how we wish to be, in the way that we are, in ourselves, in our families, in our communities, in our world? And so these deeper questions that we can be asking ourselves are coming up for that, and having a look at our personal programming, the things that run our behaviours, they are coming up for us to look at. And there's no coercion to look at them, but they are arising. And so we will be watching these incremental sort of reveals of truth and things for us to consider in the way that we operate in our lives. And then collectively we will make those shifts. So it really is about that drip of water in the bucket, and as we contribute, the collective takes shape, or the collective drives the the change or the behaviors. And so we have to be sitting in our authentic selves and be asking ourselves these bigger, deeper questions, and maybe encouraging some discussion, but to do it in such a way we're not creating resistance, so that we're opening up the possibilities for people to be thinking about what they're doing and why and what their beliefs are, because this is our time to be really looking carefully at how we operate as a society, and then to make the changes accordingly. Anyway, they are really challenging, these energies. I'm interested to know, are other people being challenged by sleep? A couple of friends I've spoken to, they've been having that experience as well. And yeah, it's, I think the energies are just going to get more challenging, more intense, higher in frequency, but we are just going to get better at managing them. So I encourage you to be very present, to not be giving yourself a hard time, to allow yourself space and ease and gentleness, to be well hydrated, to get in nature, to sleep when you can. There's no doubt we're on the edges of huge shifts, and what a pleasure and privilege it is for us to be witnessing them. So, yeah, I will probably come back and be able to give you a little bit more information. I'm really feeling a need for sleep personally, and yeah, I am going to do some more kind of deep diving work with Gaia. But yeah, I really did feel the impact of being part of that sort of tumbling around and holding space for the energies to be purged from the planet. So maybe I'll be feeling onto it again tomorrow. All right, much love to you. Thank you for coming, Misha and Phoenix, and those of the rest of you who are here. And much love. Bye.